Welcome to week 8 of my Bupropion journey, and I'm sure this is going to be a very interesting week for several reasons, which we'll talk about a little bit later. For now, I'd like to ask you a big favor. If you could do me a favor and like this video and subscribe to this channel, it would be greatly appreciated. This is a brand new channel, and I'd love to grow it, and your help in doing that would be awesome. Thanks. All right, let's get into this week's updates. Welcome to the big 5-0. It is day 50 of my Bupropion journey, and this will definitely be an interesting week, and here's why. So I saw my provider today, and she did two things. One, she put me on the extended 24-hour release of Bupropion, and she bumped it up to 300 milligrams. And both these moves together, she says, will likely help me start feeling more benefits sooner versus later, including focus, motivation, and different things like that. So I'm really looking forward to seeing how that works. Those dosages will start tomorrow. Still doing the metabolic reset diet, and we'll talk more about that tomorrow. Over the 24 hours, I only lost half a pound, but hey, it's something. All right, we'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to day 51 of my Bupropion journey. So something very interesting happened last night. And it's not related to being boosted up to 300 milligrams because even though I got boosted up, my pharmacy has not yet filled the prescription. I'm sure you never have any problems with that, do you? So they're late, and hopefully they get it to me soon before I run out of my 200 milligrams of Bupropion. But here's what happened. So I'm laying down on the couch, watching TV with my wife, and she asked me if I could go get her a glass of water. And I say, sure. So I jump up to get her a glass of water, and I suddenly feel dizzy and woozy, like I'm almost going to fall down. I had to immediately sit down. I was holding my head. My wife was saying, what's wrong? Are you okay? And I said, I don't know what's wrong. I got really dizzy when standing up. I should probably go take my blood pressure and see if there's anything going on there. So I went and got my blood pressure monitor, and I took my blood pressure. And here was my reading. 111 over 81 with a pulse of 102. Now, my pulse is generally between 50 to 60 all the time. So 102, especially since all I'm doing is laying down, is an extremely high heart rate to have. And the weird thing is that I wasn't feeling my heart beating through my chest. You know, sometimes when you get like heart palpitations or really fast heartbeats, you're kind of feeling it happening. I didn't feel that at all. So then I got one of those oximeters that measure your oxygen levels and pulse, and I put that on my finger, and it gave me a reading of 94% oxygen and my heart rate between 90 to 100. And I took it several times. And over the course of taking it several times, it started to come down. And eventually it got back to almost normal, but still high levels. So I was able to go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and I had great blood pressure readings this morning. But last night was kind of scary. And I know it's not related to Bupropion because thanks to the We're Always Late pharmacy at delivering my prescription, I know that it had nothing to do with me being boosted up since I haven't started taking the 300 milligrams yet. So this must have something to do with the metabolic reset diet that I'm on. Tomorrow I'll be seeing my naturopathic doctor when I go in for my lens neurofeedback therapy. So I'll kind of ask her about it, see what she says, see if it's a concern we have to figure out, if it's related to the diet or what. So the metabolic reset diet may be contributing to that, or it may be something completely different, a health issue or something I'm unaware of so far. Other than that, the metabolic diet, I've been losing an average of 1 pound every single day, so I'm very happy with that. I've finally lost an inch off of my waistline, so that's good news too. As far as the 200 milligrams, that's the same. I've had no side effects and I've had no benefits. So we'll see if I get my 300 milligram prescription in soon so that we can start talking about that. Until then, I'll see you tomorrow. It's day 52 of my Bupropion adventure, and this morning I went and saw my neuropathic doctor when I went in for Lynn's neurofeedback. I told her about the incident I was telling you about yesterday, and she found it kind of interesting. She wasn't sure what it was, but she does know that because I'm on this very restrictive diet, it is putting a lot of stress on my body, and also because I've stopped taking the majority of my supplements in order to help heal and restart the liver. She was concerned that there might be some sort of association there, so she asked me if I was still taking magnesium. I said no. She said, all right, start taking magnesium. She also wants me to start putting trace mineral drops into my water, and she also wants me to drink more water. So we'll see if that works. Hopefully it does. As far as bupropion goes, guess what? The We're Always Late pharmacy delivered. That's right. So yeah, I finally had to call them. And they said, oh yeah, we have your order here. I'm like, okay. So they forgot to notify me. So it had been sitting there waiting, but they hadn't notified me, so I had no idea. So that's taken care of. I did take my first dose today. So this is 300 milligrams on 24-hour release. We'll see what happens. I have already felt a little bit of slight dizziness, but it was minor and it did go away. So I'm happy with that. And we'll see what happens with this journey. All right. See you tomorrow. It's day 53 of my Bupropion journey. And today, my friend, is a milestone day. Today is the first time in 53 days that bupropion has had some sort of effect on my executive functioning issues. I felt a very slight boost to focus and motivation, something I hadn't experienced at all. This is my second day on the 300 milligrams of bupropion, and this is really good news. So hopefully this improves as the time goes on. We'll see. More good news. Last night, I got a great night's sleep. I was really concerned that once they boosted it up to not only 300 milligrams, but also 24-hour extended release, I was afraid that my sleep would suffer. And it didn't suffer at all. I'm very happy with that. Very happy with the slight boost to the executive functioning issues. And we will see you tomorrow. Welcome to day 54 of my Bupropion journey. Boy, was I ever happy yesterday. So since yesterday, I've still had a slight boost to focus and a slight boost to motivation. However, they weren't as strong as they were yesterday. So I hope as time goes on, those start to raise because that's why I'm taking Bupropion, to target ADHD issues related to executive functioning. As far as side effects go, I've had some dizziness. It's been minor dizziness, and it's been off and on ever since I've been boosted to 300. And that's the only side effect I've had. My sleep's been great. I have had another issue, but it started before I was boosted to 300 milligrams. So I don't think it's related to bupropion. And basically what it is it's a pain that feels like it's just below the surface of the skin, and sometimes when you touch it, it hurts more, and sometimes it doesn't. But the weird thing is that it goes to different places every day. So it was here one day, and then today it was up here. It was on my chest one day, and after a few hours it goes away. And then the next day it comes back in a different spot. I'm thinking maybe that's related to the metabolism reset diet, which, by the way, I've lost 10 pounds and some body fat on, and I'm very happy about that. But it could be, and probably is, the diet causing that and not bupropion. But I'm just throwing that out there in case anyone else has experienced that as a symptom. All right, that's it for today. We will see you tomorrow. Welcome to day 55 of my Bupropion journey. So I've had some more of this random dizziness that comes and goes. It's not really bad, but it's there. I haven't had as much of a boost as I was hoping to the executive functioning issues. In fact, since a few days ago when I was really excited, it's gone down every single day. So hopefully that changes. Now I want to tell you about my classic ADHD. So after I did this video yesterday, I always try to do them in the mornings. And when I gave my update yesterday morning, I suddenly had an idea. Now, even though I had a things to do list, this brand new idea shot right up to the top of that list. And I hyper-focused on that one idea for the rest of the day, and then all of today to now, and it's about 6 p.m. What was that? I thought, how awesome would it be to create an ADHD song? And I did. And I've posted it to the channel, and I'll link to it at the end for you to see. Yes, there's lots I could have done in that time, but once I got that idea, I was like, this is a great idea, and I just hyper-focused the whole time. Oh well, I have a lot to learn. We'll see you tomorrow. It's day 56, and over the last 24 hours, I've had unfortunately no benefits, and I have continued to have that slight dizziness as a side effect. I really wish that the benefit I had earlier in the week that was starting to hit on executive functioning, I really wish that was back, but it's not. As far as the metabolic reset diet goes, I've lost 13 pounds in 14 days. And my BMI's gone down, my body fat's gone down, and I've lost an inch off of my waistline. So I'm very, very happy with where that is going. That's it for today's update. Let's go to final thoughts. So it was a bit of a crazy week this week. I got boosted from 200 mg 12-hour release to 300 mg 24-hour release of Wellbutrin / Bupropion. So that was good, especially because on day 2 of being on that, I felt a little bit of an impact to my executive functioning issue, and then it just slowly went downward and disappeared over the days. Oh well. You also got to see one of my classic ADHD issues at work.
Woke up this morning, a list in my head. Pay the bills, walk the dog, make the bed.
With that 20 hours that I hyper-focused to create an ADHD song video. Yeah. Metabolic reset diet going good. So, hey, I would say that's it for this week. We'll see you next week. As far as the Wellbutrin diet goes, the Wellbutrin diet, it's the metabolism reset diet. I don't know what a Wellbutrin diet is. I mean, what? Look, I just have Wellbutrin and nothing else, and I've lost 100 pounds. Sorry about that. You know, some of the executive functions that I've really been trying to work at. And welcome to day 52 of my Bupropion adventure. It's supposed to be journey, but I guess adventure is a good description too. Welcome to day 52 of my Bupropion adventure. I did it again. Oh, okay. So she asked if I was taking magnesium, and I said, no, I'm not. And she says, okay, start taking magnesium, and I want you to start putting trace minerals into your water, and I want you to remember the third thing. So since yesterday, I've still had a slight boost to focus and a slight boost to definitely not memory.